Okay, it's Brittany again. Real talk. I've made this video a lot of times and my computer hates me and it decided to either not do it right or not do it at all. So we're going for the shorter, fancier version. We're making the takeout box today, and it will have a little wire on top because it's cute with the wire. But I was going to show you how to do that, so it's separate. And that's way too long. We'll fix that. Anyways, so this is going to still be a beginner video, but I'm speeding up the actual stitch time process to make the video go quicker. Okay, super easy. Anybody can do this. It is literally 4 steps and 2 pieces of material and then hardware. So I chose to do, I'm doing the 8x12, and the 8x12 turns out to be this size. I chose vinyl on top. It is white vinyl, which is usually a problem, but honestly it's not that bad for this because there's really not that much like intense stitching, so it's not a problem. I chose to do felt on the bottom, and you could easily do felt on top and the bottom if you want. It's going to be a little bit flimsier, or you could do vinyl and vinyl. You can do really anything you want. The only difference is that there is no satin stitching, so anything with actual fabric could fray, so I don't suggest that. Okay, so first step, you hoop your stabilizer. I chose to do medium tearaway. You could do cutaway if you really want to. It's just kind of more of a preference in this case. It's not a right and wrong answer. The first step on the actual machine is going to be your placement. So like I said, I sped this up and also messed up a video, so whichever you want to say. I'm going to say professionally I sped this up. So the first step is only the placement. You are literally pushing go on your machine when you only have the stabilizer hoop. There is no material, there is no nothing other than stabilizer. It's going to be a follow the line kind of process where it's going to tell you where you actually put your material. So when step 1 is done, you hit your stop, and then you'll see the outline of the design. So that is when you decide to put your top layer only on. So in my case, vinyl. So then you put your top layer on, and then you hit go for step 2. Step 2 is only the actual design. So you're going to get 2 pagodas, and you're going to get the word enjoy. So let's pretend I did that. Magic machine. Okay, step 3 is going to be where you actually make it kind of come together. So step 3 is going to be the vinyl is on the top, and then you're going to put a layer of felt on the bottom. This is not, this is after step 3, because like I said, mess up, because that's what I do. I'm a mess. Anyways, you are going to imagine that I'm doing this for step 3 with the vinyl on top, and then you have to put the felt on the bottom, as in you are either taping it, holding it, something. If you do not put it on the bottom, it's not going to work. I know most of you guys actually know how to do this already, but there are some beginners, so I like to cover it. So anyways, after step 3, you are going to see the actual stitching of the box. And yes, there's a few little strays that I need to cut, but for the most part, it looks good. So this is the top, and then this is the bottom. Don't mind this black dot because I started step 4, and again, sorry. What I'm going to do is then tell you, so now after step 3, you have your vinyl, you have your felt, and it's stuck together so you don't have to hold it anymore. Step 4 is all those little circles that I just showed you, one of them. That's going to be where you actually put your rivets, and I'm going to explain that later. I'm going to run this right now. Okay. So it's just a bunch of little circles, and you're actually not going to see them. So that's why I did them in black, because it's easier for me to be able to know where to punch. It's a preference, but I would stitch them. Some people don't stitch that step, but then you're not going to know where to actually put your rivets, and in a design like this where you want it to actually line up, I think you should do it. So let's talk hardware. So first things first, there's going to be a snap on top, so then you can open and close your little to-go box. Then on the sides, you're going to need a grommet. A grommet is one that actually has a hole in it, so we can stick things through it, like the wire. And then on the bottom, you're gonna have either rivets for everything, because that's what's gonna hold it together sturdy. So then this one, once it's made with rivets, you cannot take it apart. It's a done deal. It's done. I am actually going to try with this one with you guys. I'm going to try to make a fancy schmancy one with all snaps, because my daughter really likes to take things apart and put them together. And honestly, I don't know if it's going to work, but we're going to try it together. And if not, we're fine, because then, you know, experimental process and such. So what we are going to do is talk about the actual, I'm prepping my wire. So I guess we'll start with that. The wire I bought actually at Joann's. It's 12 gauge. You don't have to do wire. You can do ribbon, you can do cording, you can do anything you want. We just thought it was cute with the actual wire because it looks more like old school to-go box. With a coupon, the whole circle, it kind of comes like this, was $2, so it's easy. You're gonna need pliers to handle, ooh, these are, I swear that's not dirt, it's like rust. I don't know if that's better. But anyways, this obviously cuts your wire, and then it's going to be able to move about how you want it. So, wire, this one I cut, I'm doing the 8x12 box, and I cut my wire 9 inches, and then it gives it like a really good handle size. Anything less is just going to be a shorter handle. Obviously, your prerogative. Okay, and then I talked about cam snaps. Those are easy. You can get them on Amazon. You can get them on camsnaps.com or any of the sort. They come in all the different pretty colors. Most of us already have them. If not, I think you can find them still at Joann's and Michael's, but obviously you're not going to have as many choices when you get them there. Rivets. The rivets are, I would suggest for this one, I would do medium size just because it's easier to manage. Rivets are really expensive at Joann's, so I suggest you buy them in bulk online somewhere else. But with the rivets, you're going to have the big piece and then the little connector piece. I do, like, let's say the nail head. I'm sure that there's an actual word for this, but I don't know it. I do this towards the outside where you're going to see it. Like this is this piece. And then I put the inside in the box. It comes with like an anvil and different things where you have to use a hammer and all that sort. I cheat and I use this for tiny projects. You're probably not supposed to because it can mess your rivets up, but if you do it right, it's a really easy way. The key is you have to do the outside where you're like the pretty part. The pretty part has to go on this black. Then it doesn't get a mark. And then you have to do it perfectly dead on. And then it will leave a little bit of a mark. See how it has that little divot? But that's on the inside, and so it doesn't bother me. But if you are real, like, perfectionist or selling them or something else, I wouldn't suggest doing it. But it is a lot quicker. For grommets, since we're not doing big grommets, I use this, and it makes life a lot easier. You just have, like, it has this part which goes in the little circle, and then it kind of closes it up. The grommets, I got some really cool assorted colored ones off of Amazon, and then it just comes with this and then the nice backing, so there's not like a bad edge. And then this tool I got off Amazon for under 20 bucks, and it's the best investment ever. It is a leather punch, and it comes with all the different sizes on the rotating wheel, and I cannot live without it, and I love it. So while that is finishing doing that, before we have to hole punch and everything, I'm going to actually show you. So the box comes with a little charm. I chose green because low sodium. But anyways, for the little soy sauce charm, I did vinyl on the top and on the bottom. And then you have your circle for the punch. So like I said, if you have a punch, you just line it up and you push, and easy peasy, we now have a hole, and what I am going to do, oh, perfect timing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to install the grommet on here, because it's actually easier than showing you on the box. You just kind of have to wiggle it in, and then what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to actually hook it on to the wire, so it's like a cute little charm. So you put the grommet in there, and then you put the back on the back. And then we take this, and all these tools are actually in like the file part on the Facebook group if you need to know. And then you slide it in there, and then you go, put some pressure, and then you have your fancy little charm with the grommet, and then the back kind of looks like that. And then for super cuteness, I have these little ball chains, and then it hangs like a charm. The ball chains I got off Amazon as well, because you know, Amazon. Okay, so we're going to set that to the side. So I think I went over all the hardware that you're going to need. Hopefully there's no questions on that. If you do have questions, obviously no big deal, because you can ask on Facebook, because easy enough. We are here for you. And it's nice too, because some of the ladies live internationally, and so you can almost get help all throughout the day. So the my phone rings because I'm doing this video. Never would ring otherwise. My luck. Okay, so what you do now is you have your finished piece. Sorry, I was just cleaning that up a little bit. You have your finished piece. So now you have all your dots, all your lines, everything, and then on the back it's all attached. So we're popping it out of the hoop. If you did cut away, then you're gonna just have to cut it away. Anyways, if you have tear away, like me, I tear first. I don't cut first because I rather get the paper out as much as I can. Some of these cuts are going to be a little finicky, that you can't miss them. If you miss them, it's not going to fold correctly. So make sure you follow the lines. Obviously, you are not going to cut any, you're not going to cut any of your stitching. But like for instance, in this part, you need to make a cut in between there. If you don't, then it's not going to fold right. And then obviously on the triangles, you're going to need to cut. So, excuse me for a moment while I cut this as fast as I can. Hopefully, all of you guys are staying busy and happy in our still pseudo quarantined existence. We just got word that our school system is still going to be quite wonky this upcoming year, so I don't have any relief coming anytime soon for my children. We might have to stick with home, which, you know, it'll do, but hopefully we can get back to somewhat of a normal existence here soon. Okay, I'm not gonna cut all my stray strands off right now, just because I'll make it pretty once you guys aren't waiting on me, so don't mind that. I'm sorry, normally cool people have the little speeding up editing stuff, but I gotta do that. Apparently my kid, he's turning 10, in a week, and he wants to be a YouTuber because, you know, who doesn't right now? And he wants all this new equipment, so maybe I'll invest and then steal it from him. Okay, so I made that finicky cut right there to make sure that that works. And then all the arrows. So now this is what it looks like. It basically, you just have to do the construction. What you have to do is top and top. These are snaps. No matter if you're doing rivets or snaps anywhere else, these are snaps because these have to, this is your open and closure. So we do the snaps there. And I'm going to do them super fly fast. My daughter decided that she did not want white because she said white is boring. And so, you know, she wants fancy red to make it bright. And I am cool with that. So this one we're going to do bright. The only thing you have to know about these snaps is that you have to make the boy parts and the girl parts be in the correct way, or it's not going to snap together, which I will show you in 1 second. Okay, we have that one. I'm making this little top notch. I'm making that the top. So, I'm doing the snap outside on there. Okay, so this is the part, I don't know if that's actually the boy or the girl, but the flat side is in here and then the flat side is in there. So then you're going to be able to snap it and then unsnap it. I do the snaps and the grommets first because it's harder to maneuver once the rivets are in. So then you get your hole puncher over the enjoy and over this part. Those are where your grommets are going to go because that's where you're going to hook your wire or your cording or your ribbon or whatever. So then I already showed you how the grommets go. So we will do this super fast. And then the next part is your decision to do rivets. All of the other dots are going to be rivets, so you can hole punch all of them. You don't need to do any owling or anything else, just because they are all going to be the same thing. I can never do any of these grommets when I'm on a video because it's like putting on the spot. So I'm going to flash forward this business in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so now over the enjoy, you have a grommet for your actual your open space. And then the last part that I'm going to go through really fast for you, so you know how to actually do it, is show you which part goes where. You have to make sure that the bottom, like little weird triangle-y spot, is going to be on the inside of your box, because then it's going to make it look more professional and it's not going to have like a weird open spot. So this is all going on the inside. So what I do is first I do this one, and then I do the second one, and then I do the third one, so you have the bottom of the box ready, and then you have this last flap out. Let me tuck it. The last flap tucks out here. So now everything is in, where you'll flash forward and see here. So you have no ugly parts on the outside. And then all you do is you finish it, and that's it. You have a nice box. If you have any questions, go on the Facebook page with the group Off With Their Threads. Thanks.